I'd like to call this special meeting to order. If you would stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, welcome everyone, and welcome everyone watching at home. Madam Clerk, if you would call the roll.
Trustee Carter. Trustee Mariscal. Trustee Kazam.
Present.
Trustee Gett.
Present.
Trustee Weisenberg.
Present.
Trustee DeVore.
Present.
Okay, we do have a quorum. Welcome again, everyone. We would be at comments from the audience. Anyone from the audience would like to address the board, please come forward to the podium and give your name and address and try and keep it to under 5 minutes. Any comments from the audience? Going once, going twice. Comments are closed. We'll get right into new business. I think we're really excited to be here tonight and to get through this process. As you know, our longtime beloved fire chief announced his retirement last year, so we began a process to try and fill that position. I want to thank everyone who participated in this. Normally, this would simply be a mayoral appointment, but a committee was established to go over the applications, and I want to thank that committee, Trustee Weisenberg, Trustee DeVore, Mary Bear, Jim Powers, and Barry Roulette, along with Chief Walters and Chief Sutton, determined from that pool who they were going to interview. They identified those folks, they interviewed people, and came down to 3 finalists that myself and a couple of others interviewed. And I am proud and pleased to place a name tonight before the board for your consideration. There's 2 items of business, both an appointment and an employment contract. Before we get into those and I ask for a motion of approval, I'm going to ask council to just give a little background.
Sure. Well, Mayor, for those who are not versed in the appointment process, all of the chief or officer level positions in the village are appointed by the mayor with what we call the advice and consent of the village board. So in other words, the mayor puts the candidate's name forward and the village board by majority vote approves, or if you don't get a majority vote, disapproves of that appointment. So we're following that process here, which is why we have that as an action item. And then it's also customary in this village and others that all of the officer level or chief level positions typically have an employment agreement. So we also on the agenda after the appointment have as an action item approval of an employment agreement. Again, even though a part-time position, it's a good idea to document it with a written agreement. So those are the 2 action items. I'm happy to answer any specific questions as they come up.
Thank you, council. So the first order of business, I'm pleased to put before you the appointment of Mr. Donovan Thompson as part-time fire chief. I would ask for a motion to approve that.
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Is there any discussion on the motion? Any comment from anyone on the phone? Okay. If you're ready for the question, Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Kazam.
Aye.
Trustee Gett.
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg.
Aye.
Trustee DeVore.
Aye.
All right. Congratulations, Van. Thank you very much. Good luck. Chief Sutton, this also does elevate in a way the job of another longtime Peoria Heights firefighter. Would you mention that as well, how that's going to work?
Sure, Mayor. Yes, Mike Wu, my discussions with him, he has agreed to step up and cover us during the day shift. We've talked about his compensation. which is going to be $10,000 annually. I think that's, I've known Mike a long time here. I mean, he's been working here, I've been here 26 years, and I think he started about the same time. So not only a class act, but a great ambassador for the village. I know he'll represent us well. I'm really excited about this new version of Peoria Heights Fire Department. I know it's kind of a hybrid model, but I'm very excited about it. I think everybody up here, I think I speak for the entire board, the administration, that we're all excited about it. Even though we hate to lose Chief Walters in his efforts, but we all are excited about the next step. So again, I wish everybody luck, and I know this is just the beginning, and we've already talked a little bit, Chief Thompson, Chief Wu, so we've already had some things in place for next week, so we'll hit the ground running, so.
Thank you. Thank you, Mike. Good. Okay, along with the appointment goes an employment contract. So I would ask for approval of an employment contract between the Village of Peoria Heights and Donovan Thompson. I would ask for a motion to approve that contract.
So moved.
In a second.
Second.
Council, again, I think you touched on this, but if you go right back to this and what we're doing here.
Sure. Standard employment agreement. It is part-time. Employment commences February 1, runs through January 31 of 2022, and references our ordinance for the fire chief position in terms of the duties. Again, part-time, 20 hours a week, addresses the salary, and it's pretty straightforward from there.
All right, we're open for discussion. Any comments? Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Trustee Kazan?
Aye.
Trustee Gett?
Aye.
Trustee Weisenberg?
Aye.
Trustee DeVore?
Aye.
All right, I want to thank all of you, all the trustees, the board, especially for all your work on this. We're really excited and wish everyone good luck. Incidentally, I don't think we have much business come before us, but Van, if you and Mike and the rest of anyone on the fire department, we do want to get a few pictures, so Mike Bailey will do that after the meeting. Council, before we get to item 6, we had anticipated putting a question on the ballot. Do you want to cover that issue just briefly?
Yeah, absolutely. Tricky dates and deadlines under the election code. We had adopted a resolution on Tuesday night to put a ballot question on. The county election commissioner informed us that we were about a week late turning that in. I thought we were still timely because the commissioner has until today to actually certify non-binding advisory questions, but he pointed me to an election code provision that put a deadline for us to actually have adopted that was sometime last week. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to ask that question in that format on the ballot, and so I apologize for that. I would encourage, as I sound like a broken record, but I would encourage any other means to solicit input from the community on those questions. The website, we can develop a questionnaire. You've all heard it before, so I'll spare
Okay, thank you. There is an executive session on the agenda. I do not feel that there's a need for an executive session, so I'm going to look to Trustee Gett.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I've got a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
A second.
All those in favor of the motion to adjourn signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye. Aye.
We are all unanimous on that. We're adjourned.